you got to think from the customer's perspective. Do they care about me? Do they treat me well? I'm giving them all this business, and yet they don't answer my calls. Right? They don't. So the relentless focus on the longer the customer stays with you, the more business they do with you, the better you treat them. Not the fact that you see them as a potential to make even more profit. The obsession with potential customers and the neglect of current customers. I think it's the biggest mistake that people are making, and it's not a mistake that Amazon makes. You know, in most organizations, the longer you're with that organization, the worse you're treated. So the longer you stay a customer with a bank, the more they charge you, etc. And if you're a potential customer, they offer you all the good deals. So organizations are obsessed with potential customers and they neglect their current customers because they think it's like a marriage, that once they've got their current customer, that they won't leave them. But people leave, they will leave, and loyalty is in decline like it has never been in decline before. And the reason it is because most organizations neglect their current customers. The best way to build your business is an obsession with your current customers, not an obsession with your potential customers. The fact that you treat them better.
So the entire chain of...
No, because you got to think from the customer's point of view, right? So if you are an Amazon Prime customer, you get free delivery within a day or 2 days. You get better service than if you're not an Amazon Prime customer. So if you spend a lot of money with me, I will treat you better than if you don't spend a lot of money with me. So the more you spend with me, so you've got to be constantly saying, rather than, oh, they spend a lot of money with me, we can make even more profit on them. Right, that's how the traditional organizations think. But the clever organizations think they spend a lot of money with us, we should give some back to them so that they'll stay with us because they're such good customers. So instead of exploiting the customers who are your best customers, give something back to them. Because you got to think from the customer's perspective. Do they care about me? Do they treat me well? I'm giving them all this business, and yet they don't answer my calls. Right? They don't. So the relentless focus on the longer the customer stays with you, the more business they do with you, the better you treat them. Not the fact that you see them as a potential to make even more profit. Marketing becomes as focused on current customers' journeys as it becomes on potential customers. Most marketers only care about potential customers. So marketers should be caring about the journey that through support. And marketers should be just as concerned about the support experience as the buying experience, because it is often the support experience which means whether you will ever buy again or not buy again. Many customers are lost during the support experience, and yet that is totally neglected. So marketers should be looking at all the journeys that customers have within. If a customer wants to rebuy, you know, most marketers don't care about that, right? Yet you could that might be 5 steps to rebuy a product. If you made it in 2 steps, they'll rebuy far more products. But marketers don't care about rebuying. That's crazy, because marketers are measured on new customers. We got to measure people. Microsoft used to measure their sales reps based on how much they sold. They don't do that anymore. How do they measure them? They measure them based on what is used of what they sold. They get their bonuses based on how the things they sold are being used. So if they sell 1,000 seats for SharePoint and only 500 are used,
that's not a good sell.
That's not a good sell.
Because of the experience. The client actually never had the experience with the product.
Well, the client is feeling, I paid for 1,000 seats, I'm only using, you oversold me 500. So the sales rep now gets punished for selling the 500 that were not used.
Because he neglected the experience.
The long-term relationship, because before it was all about sell the seats, sell the seats, sell the seats. Who gives a damn if they used them or not? Because you were rewarded based on what you sold. Now they're rewarding them based on what is being used. And that's a dramatic change. And once you start that, the sales rep wants to sell you things that you use. And then everybody's happy. Because Slack, who is a competitor, you know Slack?
Yeah.
You know, if you have bought 200 seats, 200 people on Slack, and Slack will monitor usage every month. And if 50 people stop using Slack, do you know what Slack will do?
They will charge less.
They'll send you a discount for the 50, and they'll start only charging you for 150.
Oh.
That's one of the reasons. Well, that's one of the reasons why Slack is successful, because people are saying, "Hey, finally we found a company that doesn't cheat us, that treats us well." There's an amazing business model in treating customers well.